Today I'm going to be showing you how to make one of my favorite recipes of all time. I would say it has to be one of my favorites because it's so versatile and so delicious and so easy. I'm making today sun-dried tomato hummus. Now this hummus is so great because the ingredients are all really high quality, whereas some of the store-bought hummuses are loaded with a lot of excess junk, a lot of oil. Not so with this recipe. I really love every single ingredient that I have here. In fact, my boys are currently loving this sun-dried tomato hummus just on some bread for dinner. It's fantastic. So delicious, so healthy, and wait, you're gonna love the color. It's so bright and pretty. With this recipe, we're literally just dumping a bunch of ingredients into a food processor. First ingredient, chickpeas, aka garbanzo beans. Now before we drain and rinse them, we want to reserve about 4 tablespoons of the liquid from the can. Just pour it right in there. It might get a little messy, that's okay. The food processor first. And then once that's done, we can drain and rinse those beans. Give them a nice rinse. Shake off that excess water, and then into the food processor. Just like that. Next, we have our sun-dried tomatoes. Now, I like to get the sun-dried tomatoes that are in a jar packed with oil just because they are more tender and they seem to work better in the food processor, but I don't want a lot of that excess oil that's in the jar. So what I do is I just lift them out of the jar using a fork so that we leave as much of the oil behind as possible. They're going in. I love sun-dried tomatoes. They're so flavorful, so delicious. Next, we have some lemon juice. A little bit of sugar and a little bit of salt just to help round out the flavors a bit. Now tahini. This is a very common ingredient for hummus. It's actually sort of like a peanut butter but made from sesame seeds. Has a very nutty flavor but almost a little bit of a bitterness too. Works really well in recipes. I wouldn't really recommend eating it all on its own unless you like that kind of thing. It's up to you. You can usually find tahini right near the peanut butter or almond butter in your grocery store, or you can easily find it online. Next, we have some ground flaxseed. Kind of an unusual ingredient, something you wouldn't normally find in a hummus recipe for sure. I like it because it adds a little bit more of a body to the hummus, thickens things up a little bit, but also sneaks in some of those really important omega-3s, which are really hard to find in other foods. It's really one of the only ingredients out there that contains omega-3s, along with hemp seeds, chia seeds, walnuts, things like that. Next, we're gonna boost up our flavor with some cumin. I don't know, what do you think? And then finally, we have 2 garlic cloves. I'm just gonna give these a rough chop. Food processor will do most of the work with the garlic, but I'd like to help it out a little bit. Transfer this over. Now I have to say, if you're in a pinch and you don't have any garlic, you can use powdered garlic. You wanna do about a teaspoon or so. You can play it by ear, taste it, see what you think. Or you can even try it without the garlic entirely. I actually think the fresh type really adds a lot, so I always try and go that route when I can. That's it. So now all we do is blend. Okay, now you need to let it blend for quite a while, about 1 to 2 minutes, in order to get those sun-dried tomatoes fully incorporated, and then you get this bright, gorgeous orange color. I'm gonna give it a little taste. This is the time that you want to check for salt level, see if it needs a little bit more lemon juice. I think that's really great the way it is. So let's go ahead and spoon it up. Scrape the sides. Make sure there's no large chunks of anything. You want to make sure that garlic is fully incorporated. And of course the sun-dried tomatoes. You don't want any chunks. Okay, I'm really happy with how this is looking. And I have to say, if you do like your hummus a little thinner, you can always add a little bit more water, or you can add a dash or 2 of some olive oil. Nice pretty bowl here. Just scoop it right in. It makes a pretty big batch actually. I'd say 1 or 2 cups here. Look at that, ooh, that's pretty. And then if you are serving this as an appetizer for your friends, I like to make a little well right in the middle. And then take a couple more of those sun-dried tomatoes and place them right on top. It kind of lets people know what flavors they can be expecting. Place it right here with our pita chips. Let's see, give it a try. Smells good too. I probably should have taken a smaller bite. Really good though. You can find the full recipe for the sun-dried tomato hummus on AUDREYDUNHAM.com. To find more recipe videos and videos on health and kitchen tips, you can click right here. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe by clicking right here. And to get instant notifications anytime that I post a new video, be sure to click that bell. Thanks again for joining me today. I will see you next time.